In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes.
When President Dwight D. Eisenhower gave his speech in 1961, the United States spent $40 billion on its military. If we adjust for inflation, that's the equivalent of spending $100 billion today. In 2023, the United States of America spent $916 billion on its military. That's 3.81% more than the next 9 countries combined. Where's this money going to? And what did Eisenhower mean by military-industrial complex? It's no secret that Americans will always support our military. They are the ones who keep us safe, and as patriots, we should fully support our troops. After all, not supporting our troops would be unpatriotic and un-American. But nobody loves our troops more than the defense industry. The military-industrial complex is a system in which the defense sector, private arms manufacturers, and the government work closely together, creating a cycle where the military needs more weapons and resources, and defense companies supply those demands, usually with significant influence over political decisions. This cycle results in a state of permanent war and increased military spending. Why would a defense company strive for peace when they are incentivized by war? Eisenhower warned that this relationship could become too powerful, leading to negative consequences for the country by prioritizing war over peaceful governance and public welfare. He cautioned that unchecked power in the hands of this complex could lead to policies driven more by profit than by the genuine security needs of the country.
For many of these weapons that are being sent over to Ukraine right now, there's only one supplier. And the companies know it.
We claim that we support a free market economy, yet an oligopoly composed of only 5 companies runs the defense sector. In the 1990s, the Pentagon urged defense companies to merge. This resulted in 51 companies merging into 5 large companies: Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Boeing, General Dynamics, and Raytheon Technologies. Where's the competition? In the 80s we had competition, we had choices. To make matters worse, around this time, the government cut many positions involved in the acquisition process: program managers, price analysts, contracting officers. During this time, the goal was to downsize the government and let businesses do their thing. Do you know that there have been some large pharmaceutical companies that have price gouged their medicine knowing that the average person needs it to survive? Similarly, some defense firms have been known to do this. I mean, look at the founder of TransDigm, who has testified in front of Congress over accusations of price gouging. The government would pay $119 million for parts that usually cost $28 million. For example, in 1991, a Stinger missile used to cost $25,000. Now that Raytheon is the sole source supplier, it costs over $400,000. Now, I'm no professional in economics, but I'm pretty sure inflation does not account for a 1,600% increase from $25,000 to $400,000. But that's just me. We have been propagandized into thinking war is normal. Just how we have been propagandized into thinking free healthcare is bad. The idea that free or universal healthcare is bad is a product of decades of political and corporate messaging from private healthcare and pharmaceutical industries. These sectors have an interest in maintaining a profit-driven healthcare system and often lobby against reforms like Medicare for All, claiming they would reduce quality and limit freedom of choice, or even lead to higher taxes. In the same way that public support for military actions and large defense budget is often tied to patriotic sentiments and the belief that US military power is necessary for national security. This view is reinforced by political rhetoric and the media that frequently frames military interventions as essential for protecting freedom or promoting democracy, even when those actions may not even serve Americans' immediate interests. If pharmaceutical companies are lobbying Congress to protect their pockets, you can be sure that the defense industry is doing the exact same thing.